You know, I really think I'm onto something with this price versus crowds theory. It's that, or there's something happening in the park today. Join us as we take a complete tour around the park, every land and every attraction, and along the way, we're gonna find light crowds and short queues everywhere. Not to mention the Disneyland Railroad, Hungry Bear, and Tiana's Bayou Adventure. This is our State of Disneyland report. This is Fresh Baked. Indeed, the Disneyland band as seen from the Main Street station for the Disneyland Railroad here in Town Square. A thing that I've been counting down the days for the past 3 months, been waiting to do. The train is finally open. The train station is open, and I get to once again experience one of my favorite places, one of the most Disney things that I like to do. It is the experience of Disneyland. It's being up here, doing this show for you guys right now, the State of Disneyland report, opening this show, the State of Disneyland. My heart is full. My heart is full. Seeing this happening down below me and knowing what we have ahead of us, all the things we've got to talk about, because a lot has happened since our last State of Disneyland report. I'm getting misty-eyed. I really am. This is making me emotional, thinking about what's to come in the next couple of months at the Disneyland Resort. But we're going to start, of course, with a little vibe check down Main Street. That's the Disneyland Railroad coming into the station right now. It's recently reopened and has reignited in me a passion for this park, a passion for that attraction, and for many others as well. If it has reignited in something in you, if you're thinking about planning a trip to Disneyland to ride the Disneyland Railroad, I ask you to please consider using our travel affiliate, our travel partners, GetAwayToday. There's a link in the description for that. Great group of folks, very helpful, very knowledgeable about Disneyland. Will help you through the entire process of planning your vacation. You'll get a great deal, and you're going to make some friends along the way. They are the best in this business, from what we can tell. We love GetAwayToday. They love us. Plan a vacation with them. I hope you guys have a great trip to Disneyland soon. Man, it's taking it's taking me all my willpower not to get in there and get on that train that just came to the station. That little guy was very desperate to get on the train. No, Dad, no pictures. Let's go. That's what I'm thinking, man. Let's go. Let's go do a vibe check down Main Street. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this day plays out. I have not been in the park today. I've only gone as far as maybe to the top of Main Street to give a little B-roll. So I really don't have any idea, but oh gosh, guys, it is a beautiful fall day, let me just say. I mean, look at that, we've got actual leaves falling. Literal fall is happening on the ground today. That is so delightful. It's a cloudy, kind of semi-ominous day. It's a little breezy, but not too cold. It's kind of wonderful, actually. The conditions that we're in right now, it's 70 degrees and a little breezy. You can see the bunting in the breeze there. It's very, very nice. Very, very pleasant to be here right now. I'm really enjoying this fall day. Things do feel a little light-ish, I would say, here on Main Street so far. Crowd density is a little light. Well, I shouldn't say not, it's not like it's not busy, it's just not dense. Even more so the nearer you get to the frame. By the way, I should confirm we are here on a Monday. You can see by the clock over there, 11:46 on this Monday afternoon, 70 degrees, which should be about the high today, maybe 71 or 72. Just a couple more weeks and we won't be hearing that Main Street loop, but we'll be hearing the Christmas loop. Christmas begins on November 15th. It's about 3 weeks from now. But yeah, that was a very chill vibe here on Main Street right now on this morning. Let's though get back to the top of Main Street. Let's go back to the Disneyland Railroad Station. I mean, I wish I could do the whole show from there. And take a look at the reservation calendar. And we'll start with the single day ticket calendar, as always the case, and we're going to try to do this while there's the train. Right there, coming into the station, you guys, seriously. How am I supposed to do this show? Surrounded, okay, let's do it. Today, we'll start with the fact that it's a Tier 4 day, purple, at $180. That's the ticket for today. It's a Monday, again, just like last week at DCA. So where Monday is typically, a lower price day, a lower tier day, a lower demand day, they have increased the demand, or perceived demand here for this day. It's $180. That suggests that the Halloween season is a high demand season, and then so I don't think we're not going to be seeing any days, I don't think, for the rest of the month under Tier 4, I think. Actually, we have that tier calendar we can look at, the color-coded calendar. There we are on the 28th, purple. So there's 3 more days left in the month, and they're going to be black, Tier 3. So interestingly, though, next week when we go to DCA, we're going to see a green day, a Tier 0 day on the 4th. That's going to be a doozy, but let's get back to the calendar. So, by the way, what I'm expecting to tell you on that note is that this will be medium crowds, medium-ish, maybe actually lighter than we might have seen in the past few weeks. Or I should say, let's go next to November, completely wide open, as was October, obviously. Both October and November completely wide open. It's the same situation that we've been experiencing here at Disneyland for single-day tickets for the past, 4 or 5 months at least. There's not a single day that's even on the verge of selling out. Disney is leaning hard into selling single-day tickets and still withholding dates from Magic Key holders, which we can look at next. That is the Inspire Key, and we can see that today is available. You can, a Magic Key, if they are eligible, can book a reservation for today. You can just decide to come to the park today, which is pretty cool. The only day that's sold out for the rest of this month is Halloween, which is understandable. That's typical. If we go to November, it looks a little sketchy. I'm not going to lie. There's some dates in there. There's some sold out dates, the Fridays and the Saturdays. I'm fully aware of what's going on Fridays, because that is one of the most, I book a lot of Fridays and a lot of Mondays. Fridays have been very difficult for me to catch. I've been having to pay attention to those Fridays on a constant and regular basis. So I have to grab those and get those ahead of a time. So seeing 3 sold out days for November bumps me out. But meanwhile, Saturdays are wide open for Inspire Keys right now. And there's just, what is there? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sold out dates. That actually compares fairly well. We did a report, a State of Disney report a year ago, October 20th. Oh, no, it was the 17th when I recorded it. So a little bit earlier than what we're experiencing today. You turn right at the gap there. They're having a hard time finding the entrance to the Disneyland Railroad because the walls are up. But it is similar to what we saw last year. Maybe a little less busy, maybe a little less competitive. I don't know if that's a result of there being less demand or if Disney's making more reservations available. I will say this, that when Disney announced that Magic Keys were going back on sale starting November 6th, which we can talk about in a minute, as soon as they did that, the calendar miraculously became more available. What are the odds of that, huh? What are the odds of the calendar becoming much more available as soon as they want to decide to start selling tickets? That tells you that, again, I have to say, again, as I'm going to start walking this back down to the park, that the reservation calendar for Magic Keys has little or nothing to do with actual availability, actual, being sold out or not sold out, demand, etc. It has everything to do with whether or not Disney has decided that they want you to buy or you be able to make a reservation. They just simply turn those dates off. They're saying, we're done with Magic Keys for those reservations. They're not sold out. You just can't have any. So what are we thinking? I'm thinking it's going to be kind of a chill day. I think we're going to see Some fairly standard times here at standby, but that's going to be story B for this afternoon, I think. There's lots to talk about, you guys. The scenes we're going to find at Haunted Mansion, we got things to talk about there. We got things to talk about at Tiana's Bayou Adventure, Hungry Bear. It's going to be fun. It's going to be really, really fun. I hope that you guys are ready for this. I hope you are. Let's actually get this party started. Let's go to Adventureland by way of Sleeping Beauty Castle. We'll just stop here for a second because we've got snow on the castle, icicles, no Christmas decorations yet, but we're starting to edge into a wintry season here at Disneyland. People are ready for it. They're very happy. There's going to be a sprinkling of holiday decorations throughout the park today as we make our way through, notably at New Orleans Square. Yeah, this is not very busy right here. Not at all. Oh, show's about to begin. There goes Maui. I should mention while we're down here in Adventureland that Tropical Hideaway, you may or may not have heard, Tropical Hideaway has added mobile order. I'm not a fan of them adding it here, but it is in fact here. I'll just take you on a quick tour real quick while there's nobody here. This will work out nicely. Normally the standby queue runs this length right here, up this path, and they sort of form a line. It used to just kind of generally be in this area, but now they all have to like shift to the left because the mobile orders will come down the right path here. Standby, as you know, goes in here, but they set up a little side queue. See that little, the lowered section there at the bar? That's where you pick up your mobile orders. There'll be a cast member here with a iPad or whatever, or her phone, and they'll scan your mobile order right here, and you pick it up right there. Which right now it doesn't look too complicated, but when there's a bunch of people in this queue, it's not very obvious where you're supposed to be. If they were able to do something like this, a stanchion, that would make things more clear. They could, send the mobile orders to the right, but down this path, obviously that doesn't exist, and there's no, they have to install something here, I think, a stanchion to split this lane. And I just realized how I'm going on and on about stanchions at Tropical Hideaway. Hi guys, good morning. And how unnerved it makes me, like, how are they going to do this? My gosh, it's so complicated. And it kind of is. It's awkward. I've done a mobile order there before. I picked one up, tested it out. It was kind of weird and awkward, but I mean, it's not, in the grand scheme of things, it's not a big deal, but it is a big deal to a nerd like me. Which brings us to the Jungle Cruise, which looks to be operating quite normally at the moment. You got a crew up there on the left side, but nothing on the right. That's how you like to see it. Posted at 30 minutes, which it isn't. Generally speaking, if you see only the right queue being used there, or the left queue as you face it, then you're going to find probably something less than 30 minutes. Only under the most drastic circumstances will it ever get any higher than that, if that is the case, because there's no lightning lane here. But that is a very positive beginning as far as queues go here at Disneyland. It's a very breezy situation. Lovely opportunity for Jungle Cruise. Check that out over there. It's continuing, at least visually anyway. Indiana Jones, first of all, good news, it's open. That's great. 45 minutes posted wait time. And look at that, as we head our way to go check out the back of the queue, they've taken out the stanchions. The little mock queue that they have been using here for the past couple of weeks, that has been taken out. Not in place on this afternoon. Hi guys. So if they want to, they can send overflow up there because they're not using any of that backward queue or back queue. Please don't climb on the rocks though. This feels dead already. I don't even have to look. I don't have to see the queue. I can just tell that it feels, hi guys, that it doesn't feel very hectic. I don't sense a lot of urgency in the guests here. There is a collection of guests. It looks like it may not be great, but it's actually not as bad as it looks, as we'll see in a minute. Half this queue is not being used back here. So Disney is prepared for a less than busy demand right now. So I would say what you're seeing here is maybe 15 minutes, 15, 7, 20. You're looking at maybe 40 minutes, yeah. Probably not even that. All depends on Lightning Lane, of course, but that's certainly a shorter queue than you would expect to find on a busy day at Indiana Jones. I turned around to catch a little Disney aesthetic of a Jungle Cruise boat going by, but I found it empty. I think they're having a breakdown of some kind. That could be a rescue. Hi guys. I have a feeling they might have to tow a boat into station from somewhere out there. I got to watch that scene happen one time when I was sitting in the queue. I was just on the verge of getting onto a Jungle Cruise boat when the whole thing shut down. But I got to watch. It was kind of comical watching the boats go back and forth, towing each other around. But I have a feeling that's what's happening right there. Looks like the day got a little more overcast while we were back there in Indy. Again, a very quiet vibe we're getting right here. I really think this is happening. This is a thing, you guys. I think $180 purple is enough to drive down the demand. Look at, nothing much happening up there on the bridge, so we should be expecting maybe a 25 or 30 minute wait at Pirates. I really do think $180 is close enough to top tier, tier 6, $206 that makes people stay away. Yeah, they're calling that 20 minutes. Yeah, there's the back of the queue on the bridge. They're using half of it and they've cut it off. They're prepared once more. And that's it. That's the whole queue right there. Just half the bridge. And it is, by the way, it's not, we're in the day. It's 12:10. It's 12:10 in the afternoon. We're well beyond, the early morning parts of the day where you could expect to find light crowds. I really think there's something there. I really do. Something we alluded to on our Fresh Baked Presents video, the news video that we did when the news prices or the news broke out of the price changes to ticket prices. And maybe think. I feel like we have a better chance of predicting crowd densities, how busy it will be, not based on whether or not it's a weekday or a weekend, or if it's a holiday, or if it's not, or if it's in a peak or non-peak type situation. The last week of Halloween is a peak season. It absolutely is. Some of the busiest crowds I've ever seen at Disneyland have occurred during this week leading up to Halloween, and it's going to continue into November too, for that matter. But here we are. It's a $180 day, and it's kind of nice. It's kind of nice tonight right now. Now, I'm not saying this is 100% guaranteed, hard and fast. Things could change, but and I need to observe this more. But ever since I made that video and we saw those price increases, I've been much more aware, much more cognizant of the relationship between the prices and the crowds, and I haven't seen a lot yet to dissuade me from that theory, that hypothesis. On the ledge, Just makes me happy knowing they're there. I don't necessarily have to stop and watch the whole show, but I love hearing that music in the background when we make our way around New Orleans Square. Just have it in your awareness and in your consciousness. Which brings us to the Haunted Mansion. I'll take this opportunity to observe with you guys that while we're in this period of cast member and Magic Key previews for Tiana's Bayou Adventure, and those Magic Key previews are being done via the virtual queue. While that's happening, there's been an increase in demand for Haunted Mansion virtual queues. Those Magic Key holders are getting up at 7 in the morning or before that even, and taking their shot at Tiana's Bayou Adventure, and if they're missing, they're getting right back and grabbing a Haunted Mansion virtual queue, because why not? You're here, you're already up, you might as well get one. So it's causing a significant increase in the number of people who are booking them. Today is not a Magic Key preview day. Today is a Monday. There is no preview today or any Monday actually going forward. So we're seeing less demand. I actually just booked one. I said, you know what, it's 12, what is it? It is now 12:17. I think I booked it maybe 5 minutes ago. And 15 minutes after the noon distribution is a long time for there still to be reservations left. Now it's in the future it's like I think it's, what did it say, 340 minutes? What is that? That's 6 hours from now, 5 or 6 hours from now, which is not great, but it's better than the 8 or 9 hours that I had been seeing in the past. I booked one, I actually got one on a Magic Key preview day for Tiana's Bayou Adventure. I booked it at, I don't know, 8 o'clock? No, I'm sorry, it wasn't 8 o'clock. It was 7. It was just after we did the virtual queue for Tiana's, and it was like 7:05 maybe, if that. And it was for 9-10 hours into the future. People are just getting on it on those Magic Key preview days. While 340 minutes is a long time, I would consider that a victory compared to what's been happening normally. So that's another indication that today is a kind of a low demand day. 340 minutes, that's working out today to just over between 2 and 3 minutes per group. If we're we're something like, hey guys, hey, how are you?
Time for action, my friend.
All right, get on it. He's ready to go. I love it. Hey, you guys want to do something really cool? I feel like I just set up a shot for was that Pee-wee? Is that Pee-wee's Big Adventure? Anyway, check this out. Oh yeah, corn chowder actually looks really, really good. But I've already got plans for lunch today. I hope you guys caught our construction report, and you may have seen me get a little emotional about what we're going to find here. But the secret path is open all the way. They actually took out the tables too. There were tables set up here the last time I was here, but they have taken those out. But the secret path is wide open. There's no nothing happening right now. There may be cast member previews. I don't know what that schedule is, but right now it doesn't look like there's any kind of testing happening. But there is water in the flume. Wow. I just can't believe it's here. It's back and we're going. It's happening. The secret path is happening. It's been, I don't know how long since we've been able to do this. It's been quite a while. It was open at the very beginning of construction for Tiana's, but then it's been closed for, gosh, I would say the past, 9 months maybe? We are so close. So very, very close. I don't think the people are talking about it enough. They're not talking about it because people want to talk about, how everything is broke down and everything. Why are they doing all those refurbs and everything? And there's a lot of complaining about that. And I guess for good reason. The fact that Haunted Mansion and Splash went down at the same time pretty much, whatever reasons were for that situation, it was a thing. And there was a time. And then Critter Country too, so that whole stretch was closed for a while. But nobody's talking about the fact that in just a couple of weeks, we will be 100% off. Well, I take that back. Big Thunder, as soon as all this is open, as soon as Tiana's is officially open to guests, Big Thunder closes a couple days later, but just for a couple weeks. For this Christmas, Disneyland will be 100% operational with a few, odds and ends here. I will think, short refurbs or construction projects going on for them. Pretty much, you could say that Disneyland will be 100% operational for the holiday season. Nobody's talking about that. Talking about is how there's no villain at Tiana's Bayou Adventure. I'm just so happy it's back. I am just so happy that it's back. You know what we can do is see what that does to Critter Country, Bayou Country, and the energy that's in this place. Even though the attraction is not actually running today, let's take a trip through. I mean, doesn't this look like almost a completely different experience than we've been doing for these State of Disney reports for the past X months, 6 months at least, maybe? While Critter Country was being done, they had the walls up and everything, and it was just a dead zone back here. There were days when nothing was happening. And this is with still the attraction closed today right now. Which, by the way, I'm still loving. I just love this. I just love this. Nobody's talking about this either. Nobody's talking about, you know, the what they've done here. I like what they did, but Splash was fine. It was good, but I also love this. This is great. I love this queue out here. They've really, you know, sort of optimized what they can use out here for queue space, because it used to be, if you recall, that you would just come down the side of the mountain and that was it. They just had the one lane down the side of the mountain, and then they would have to curl that queue around in front of the path out there that connect, you know, the bridge that connects Critter Country to New Orleans Square, and that was kind of meh, kind of lame. Hey guys, how are you? If you want to talk about meh and lame, that old queue out there, it was kind of fun coming down this ramp, I'll give you that. This little, which we can't do anymore. That was really neat, that was really fun. I like that. But what they've done here is a drastic improvement in my opinion. They've really optimized the use of space here. I don't know if they've had how much of the, you know, the path here that they've changed in order to make that happen, but it works terrifically in my opinion. And it also, as we discussed in a previous trip down here, they've really organized the approach to the main entrance up here. They've organized this a lot better. This is just orders of magnitude better than how it was operationally. Again, something that people just aren't talking about because they get so wrapped up in wanting to be right about the changes from Splash to Bayou and Tiana and all that, and it's disheartening actually. It's I sometimes I sort of kept quiet for the most part about it, but I don't enjoy the negative rhetoric. I really got to say I don't enjoy the negative rhetoric. The reasons why people want to cast hate towards. They don't want to give it a chance. They don't want to see any of the positives. They only want to see the negatives. And how about this?
Hi, Mr. Fresh Bake.
Hi. That is back. Why can't I be on that train right now, man? You just gotta love this place, man. They've done a magnificent job, in my opinion, of retaining the core identity of this land while also incorporating a new attraction and creating the Bayou Country aesthetic or whatever, but they have not sacrificed 1 ounce of this right here. Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, the music that you can hear right now, the theme that's happening right here, Pooh Corner. I mean, it's all here, man. It's all here. It is almost, well, I don't know if identical is the right word, but I don't feel like this place is any less Critter Country than it was before. I just don't. Maybe it's because I don't have as emotional connection to Splash Mountain. It's not one of those nostalgic attractions for me. It's not one of those that I feel connected to like I do, let's say, I don't know, the train. Imagine if they rethemed the train, my God. Or even Space Mountain or something like that. And I think maybe that's generational, perhaps. Certainly there's a generational component to that. Depends on how old you are and what age group you're in when you became aware of Splash Mountain. Like if this was part of your formative years at the park, then I could probably understand why you might have a reaction to it changing. Whereas for me, I was already grown by the time Splash was built. So same thing for Toontown. I have absolutely no connection whatsoever to Toontown. Like that's not even in my consciousness. If they could level that, even though I love Toontown and what they did with it, they still could tear that land down and build something new, and I probably wouldn't lose too much sleep over it. But I'm always just, as long as they get it right, as long as it's good, that's the only thing that matters to me, as long as it's good. So even if I have an emotional connection, or if I feel some sort of anything about an attraction, as long as they replace it with something else that is also Disney and good, hi guys, then I'm good. And by good, I mean good theming. It's fully developed, it's fully realized. They didn't skimp out. Like, this is lovely. You know what I mean? Like, okay, so Brer Bear and Brer Fox aren't here, but this is still very lovely. I like being here in this space. This space makes me happy. And so that's good enough for me. And now I don't know how I'm avoiding the feeling, the urge, the desire to get into that Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh queue right now. It's a brisk 5-minute wait there, I'm guessing. Like, that's practically nothing. We talked about my other dining plans. I placed a mobile order a little bit ago for some lunch there at the Hungry Bear. We're going to try the corn ribs. We do have some time to kill. I just clicked the I'm here button. Oh wait, I hear a train. Look at it's happening. That's about a 5-minute interval right there. They're running 3 trains. Because we just saw one go by. That train should be full. Why aren't you full, train? People get on the train. Wow, hi, peace. Hi, guys. Oh, do you hear the new spiel? You can hear it there a little bit. So they're preparing my order at the Hungry Bear. We'll keep that on standby. Let's just go ahead and head up there so we can take a look around. This was not here. I mean, the sign was here, but it wasn't open. By the way, my mobile order wait time, I booked this at noon. And I could have gotten it sooner, but I figured I was going to be I booked this at noon while I was at Indiana Jones. So it was an hour into the future, which isn't bad. But it's another example of how it's not too bad today. Look at this. There's like maybe 15, 20 people in that queue. We were here on Friday. The queue was all the way down the ramp. So it's again another instance of that purple day, that $180 ticket, I think, affecting crowds. It has to be, right? It just feels that way. I love their new costumes. The hat, I love that Tiana hat. It looks like a Tiana's hat, right? So they breed down the costumes here. The theming in the back there is a little bit different. It's pretty much the same as it was before. It has a very similar vibe to it. When you walk up here, you're getting the same sort of aesthetic. They've just changed like there's country bears on the sign now, but there's still the wood sign. I love the quilt pattern that they've done here. I think it's great. And then the dining area is obviously the same. Still, the best place to go is all the way to the back. That's where you'll find available tables often when everything seems fill. Hi guys. When things seem really full up here, you go look in the back. Plus, you get a much better, quiet view of the river traffic going by, the Mark Twain and the Columbia and the canoes. Although right here on the rail, it's not too bad. Lots of people there enjoying some barbecue today. Any scene that takes place, using the river, the Pooh Sticks River, under the bridge there, and on its way back to I don't know, I just love this. And I love being able to see it from, like, on the path to Galaxy's Edge, etc. I always look through here. Very underrated. They kind of took this from us a little bit when they created the bridge. And they took that, it's supposed to be dining for additional tables, for Hungry Bear. But generally speaking, people don't sit down there to eat. This is basically a rest area for, you know, guests using the restroom. It's not the same. It's just not the same. So people don't get to enjoy this aesthetic like they used to. Just got called. Let's go get our food. 4B. Let's go. Today we're trying the corn ribs plate. That's chili lime aioli, Parmesan, crispy onions, cilantro, and scallions with coleslaw and beer battered fries. I don't understand. I didn't even know this was a thing, but it's a corn rib. I mean, it looks like a rib, and it's corn. I'm gonna try the plain first. Cheers, fresh bake. I thought you could eat a whole. That's actually pretty good. I feel stupid. I didn't understand what I was eating, but it's like eating corn on the cob. You have to eat it that way. But it has a definite elote vibe, which I dig. I'm gonna try it with some barbecue sauce, just to see what happens. I have no idea if you're supposed to, obviously, but I mean, it's a barbecue joint now. That's pretty good. It probably doesn't need it because there's all kinds of, you know, flavorings on it. Like we said, the Parmesan, and the aioli. There's a lot going on there, but actually, it's fantastic. In addition to, or with, the barbecue sauce. I got the hot and smoky, I guess. I didn't even know. They look the same. This was a surprise. I thought I was going to hate this. The problem is it's not very filling. They give you, what am I looking at? 4? They give you 5 of them. But it's just a little bit of corn on each. It's like eating maybe 2 ears of corn, perhaps. Oh. I don't know, man. Well done. This will also be my first time trying the baked beans, which are baked beans. It's kind of a small cup. It's like, I don't know, it's barely a serving, which, by the way, cost $4.50. A little pricey for baked beans, I think, for a small little serving. I gotta say, those are those are some good baked beans, man. Wow. That's actually quite good. I haven't had a good baked bean at Disneyland, and I can't remember how long. So this is really relieving to see that they got that right at least. That is really, really good. One thing I should note, one of the things I love about their update is they took down this hedge right here. I never would have sat on the left. I'd always sit on that side to watch the Mark Twain. But today I chose over here because I knew I was going to get the train go by every 5 minutes. Because I can see it now. You can see it. You know, it's a clear view. There used to just be little gaps in between the trees that you could see it before. This is way better. It makes you want to sit on the left side now. I don't know how we're going to top those baked beans. We're going to try with the banana pudding. It's another thing I haven't had yet. Bananas, whipped cream, crushed wafer cookies, dulce de leche, and toffee. I like most of those things. Cheers. There are moments when that's delicious, but there are moments also when it's kind of meh. But it's the caramel, right? There's caramel? Oh, it's the toffee, not caramel. It's the toffee that's getting me. I love toffee. Like I said, there are moments when I'm really digging it, and others where I'm like, okay, that's only average, but they all come together. That is a delicious, delicious treat. Wow. Okay, they might have, although I'm an easy mark when it comes to desserts. I like pretty much all things sweet. Yeah. Right on. Good job. And then finally, the last of the featured drinks here. They have 3 kinds of lemonade. We've tried 2 of them already. The strawberry pickle lemonade, which was okay. I think I underreacted on our initial review of this. On hindsight, I didn't like it very much. The strawberry shortcake lemonade was good, but it didn't blow me away. We're just gonna get regular lemonade iced tea, simply lemonade, Gold Peak unsweetened iced tea, and a lemon wheel. I'm wondering how close this is gonna be to something like the Tatooine Sunset. And it's nothing like the Tatooine Sunset. It's more iced tea and less sweet than that is, but it's still pretty good. But it's mostly an iced tea drink. Well, now that I got everything out of the way, I can get back to these baked beans. I can make a meal out of these baked beans, man. This has been enjoyable. I would say that so far, each plate that I've gotten has gotten progressively better. The brisket sandwich, dry, needed too much sauce. The burger was a little bit better, but it got a little too soggy with all the coleslaw in there. But this, it makes me look forward to the platter. Although there's the brisket on there, I'm a little nervous about that. But I'm interested to see what the ribs are like. Those are a dry rub, I think. I don't know, man, but this might be the winner right here. The baked beans and the corn ribs. And the by the way, I'm eating it for coleslaw because I had that in the last one. Coleslaw is very good, vinegary. And the bread pudding, or the banana pudding. Outstanding. All right, we got, I think, one more to go. Well, I feel like I could stay out here on the deck of the Hungry Bear for the rest of this afternoon. Like, I could do this all day. I could just sit here and watch the train go by on my left and the Mark Twain on my right. I could do this all day, but we got more of the park to cover, more State of Disneyland to do. Matter of fact, well, I'm going to give myself 10 more minutes. Let's do our tip board right here from the Hungry Bear. Okay, Alice in Wonderland, 25 minutes. By the way, I will begin this tip board with the continued observation that I'm expecting light crowds, light wait times through this tip board. And so far what I'm seeing, obviously in frame right now, Astro Orbiter 10 minutes, Autopia 10 minutes, return time of now. Big Thunder at 45, which is pretty standard, but with a return time in just over an hour, that's kind of a bargain as far as that goes if you're using Lightning Lane today. Buzz Lightyear, 15 minutes now. So if you're in that middle part of your day, that's something you should be doing right now, is hitting Buzz Lightyear perhaps. Casey Jr. 5, Chippendale 30, Dumbo 25, standard 90, Finding Nemo 15 minutes. Good gosh. There's my Haunted Mansion. How are we doing on that? We are 2:08. We've got, we're on 114. They're saying 270 minutes to go, which is 4.5 hours from now. Indiana Jones, 40 minutes. We saw 45 before. It's still just 40, so still a bargain. Return time now is just under 5 hours. Not a bargain, but still, I've seen worse. Normally when we do these reports, we're actually a little later in the day than we normally would be doing them. But at this point, we're seeing normally like a 9-hour return time. So 6:30's. I mean, it's not great, but it's still not bad. Jungle Cruise 25, Carousel 5, Mad Tea Party 5, Walk On, Winnie the Pooh 20 minutes, I doubt it. Matterhorn, 40 minutes. And a return time of just 2 hours, just over 2 hours. Again, that's kind of like Big Thunder. I mean, that's not bad, right? And you could probably, do that thing where you refresh it or whatever. Oh, that's right, I don't have a Lightning Lane. I can't do that. Runaway Railway, just 30 minutes. Return time in an hour. A bargain. Wow, Smuggler's Run, 25. Return time now. Bargain. Add that to the list of things you could be doing in the middle of the day right now while you're waiting for the longer return times to happen. Let's see. Pirates, 30 minutes. Return time in just 20 minutes. Roger Rabbit, 45 minutes. And a return time of an hour and a half. Bargain. Space Mountain 50, return time 3 hours, bargain. Not great, but still a bargain compared to what you normally get. This is light across the board. 5 minutes is a walk-on for Star Tours, return time of now. It's dead out there. That's the story here. Look, oh my gosh, Okay, luckily we're right next door to Star Wars Rise of the Resistance to verify that. But a 30-minute standby wait makes me almost want to get in that queue to find out. Storybook Land, walk on, and there you go. Take care.
You want to go to Star Wars?
Man.
I don't know what you got.
That was fantastic. That's one of the more enjoyable hours that I have spent at Disneyland in the past few months. Not that I don't always have a good time when I'm here, but man, it's so good. It's so nice having that scene back there, being at the Hunger Bear, the train, Mark Twain, the atmosphere. I was surrounded by, while I was shooting my food review of everything we ate right there, I was surrounded by fans of the show. And they kept it chill. It was so cool. When I'm done shooting, they're like, "Hey guys, how are we doing?" That was very enjoyable, you guys. Very, very enjoyable. Probably my best lunch that I've had here for quite a while, and I'm ready to get back into the park. I'm kind of sad that I have to leave that scene up there right now. Kind of sad that I don't get to chill and just relax up there. But I'm also excited to get back because I want to go check out that Star Wars Rise of the Resistance, a 30-minute standby. We won't even be able to see the back of the queue. Well, I can see the back of the queue. That's it, right up ahead. They're in section 1. Yeah, section 1 and 2. So, while that still could be 30 minutes, it actually looks a little sticky. Hey guys, that could be 30 minutes. That would be pushing 30 minutes because it's automatic. The interior queue from, the waterfall to the Ray Room is 15 minutes. That's 15 minutes no matter what. So, that leaves only 15 minutes to get through the tunnel or the caves and all this out here. I mean, that would be aggressive. That's very aggressive for Disney. So I'm not saying it's not 30 minutes, but normally that's the kind of queue that they would call 45 or 60 even. Surprised that they would, well, they have bumped it. Okay, they have bumped it. I'm looking at the board right now. It says 45 minutes. Hey, how are you guys? Enjoy. They're gonna go for it. They're gonna go for a 45-minute standby queue. It's still a bargain. 45 is still good for Rise. And again, there's nothing happening here in Lightning Lane. When we saw the return time is 0, the return time was now for Lightning Lane. There's just a couple of guests in there now. So, yeah, you're gonna get a 45-minute wait out of that probably. It could be that much. It can vary, but I cannot believe they actually just pulled the trigger. Somebody pulled the trigger on putting 30 on that board not long ago. Like, that's bold. That's really bold. I almost don't believe it. Well, since we have lunch already at the Hungry Bear, I guess we don't have a goal of doing the tip board at Docking Bay 7. We're just going to take a quick trip through here on our way to Smuggler's Run to see if it is 15 minutes and a return time of now. Incredible. Wow. 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 It's dead. It's legit dead. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 open tables at Ronto Roasters. That's a thing. There are pretty much never tables at Ronto. Never. And it's a beautiful day. It's a gosh darn beautiful day too. Like I said, 70, a little bit of clouds, just gorgeous out right now, man. It's perfect. But, $180, that's what's doing it, I think. It's enough. It was enough to affect our day at DCA last week, and it's enough today. Oh my gosh. It's all the way down to 10 minutes now. What does a 10-minute queue look like? I think I have to know. We're gonna go all the way. Hi. Probably all the way to the Hondo room. Thank you, thank you. I'd be willing to bet we don't stop. Feels quiet in here. There's no hum or murmur of guests. Obviously, nobody in Lightning Lane right now. There's no reason to go Lightning Lane right now with a 10-minute standby, and we're not even close to finding the back to the queue yet.
Okay, the good news, that's not leakage.
Not even close. And again, it's kind of disconcerting, the lack of, you know, chatter from the guests that should be waiting in these queues. We're just gonna keep going. Dude, it is the middle of the afternoon. It's like 1:30. Is it 1:30? Oh, sorry, 2:06. I forgot to mark the time when we got in here, but I'll find out and put it in. But we've only been rolling for maybe 3 or 4 minutes total. The only time I've ever experienced anything like this before was when I rode in the last 2 hours between 10 and midnight. So, I guess we're riding Spotless Run today. Because I couldn't say no. We literally just walked on. We walked on in like 5 minutes maybe.
Oh, this is the group I've been waiting for, yes! Come in, come in! I have an opportunity for you all. That the better you work together, the more you earn.
Wow. Going right to our... Right to, oh my gosh.
Get to work. Get to work.
We didn't even stop for a second in there. We went straight in. Wow, it's dead. That's the quickest I've ever been through this period, ever, period. Anytime.
Flight engineer, repair test. Hit your flashing buttons. It's meant to be faster when we get into real trouble. Right, pilot? Push the flashing button to take off. Pilot to the left. Move your stick to fly right and left. I was just about to say that. Pilot on the right. Pilot, hit the coaster. Go down. Right, pilot. Make the jump to light speed.
Okay.
There's the train. Now, guys, hurry! There's pilot brakes. Oh, God!
Nobody ever hits the brakes. Nobody ever hits the brakes.
Coaxia! Pilots, line up behind the train so we can harpoon that last car.
Oh,
God! I think I will let you tell the movie. Let's get out of here!
I think we made it.
oh wow. Oh!
This will greatly help the resistance. You have heard the First Order and made Chewie proud.
We got 18%. The amateur chef allowance.
Sometimes I feel like leaving Smuggler's Run is the best part. I love the exit. Going through all these little tunnels and stuff, and then all the scoring and the damage that's been done, like digging out those tunnels. It's a really convincing effect that they did there. That's why I love the fact that they did such a great job building this attraction, but it's just kind of it's just sort of a meh attraction. Still 10 minutes posted, and it wasn't even that. So what's missing today? I gotta think there is something to the theory, the pricing. They priced it at $180 today. They priced it tier 4 as though they were expecting a greater than average crowd size. They're pricing it. Maybe they've been watching Fresh Baked. Maybe they've been watching a little too much Fresh Baked, and where I've been saying Mondays are now the busy days, and maybe they don't understand why. I'd be shocked if they didn't understand that the reason why Mondays became so busy is because of the lower price days. So they priced it out of that day, and so now people don't want to come on Monday. But I wasn't here yesterday. Yesterday was priced at it was a tier 5. Yesterday it was pink. So that should have been a really busy day. Maybe people who were in the park on Sunday can tell me. I would have expected that to be a very slow day under my theory. Yesterday should have been very slow. But what else is missing? Are they missing annual pass holders? It's a very distinct possibility. Hey guys, they haven't sold an annual pass, a Magic Key, for a while now. It's been a little while. They've been allowing renewals, and that's it. But as I mentioned at the outset of the show, that's on November 6th, they're going to start selling annual passes again with some slight increases. Some big increases for the lower passes. Enchant and Imagine are getting 15-20% increases, whereas Believe and Inspire are getting the more traditional nominal 5% increases, which tells me that Disney wants to sell more of those passes. They're trying to close that gap, the disparity between the bottom and the top tiers. They want to. I think that the more those prices come together, the more people are just going to go ahead and go all the way and get that top tier pass, the Inspiring Key Pass, and that's very common economic policy in a lot of different pricing arenas throughout various types of businesses. The goal is to get the guests to spend the most possible, not necessarily the worst value, but just the most money possible. So I feel like they are trying to push guests into that Inspire Key. We're going to start seeing more Inspire Keys. It could also be, while doing that, they are priming us, they are guiding us towards a possible pass that does not have any reservations or blockout dates. None. I think that Disney plays a very, very slow and long game with this kind of thing. They take their time. They don't shock us with huge increases typically, or huge changes to things. They do it over time so that you don't hardly even notice, and all of a sudden you realize you're a boiled frog. So I do think there is still a future for a pass like that, but it's going to be hella expensive. I don't know what that number is. We were talking about that in the live stream the other day. It's $1,800 now for the Inspire. I mean, $3,000? $3,000? I don't know, man. I don't want to say out loud what I would be willing to do. I just don't want to say. But I do think that that's one of the things that have been missing while we get these disparate crowd sizes, is we're missing that mortar. Even though the crowd that we're looking at today is the widest mix of guests you'll find, single day, multi-day, and all 4 passes are eligible. You can see, you can have anywhere from Inspire to Imagine keys here, Enchant keys. So this is the biggest mix you'll possibly get. But there are days coming up, and I'm going to be curious to see how that affects the crowds as well. There are going to be days coming up in November where there are no lower keys, and to see how that affects things. Things got a little bit bonkers, a little bit more bonkers here at Fantasyland than we've been seeing. You can get on Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run, an e-ticket, quicker than you can get on Pinocchio right now. Right? That was 5 minutes, I think it took us to get in there. Would it take us 5 minutes to get through Pinocchio right now? With the queue out there? I think that'll take 10 minutes. By the way, I love that. I loved it. I love when dark rides are victorious like that. Like when the Matterhorn, it has the longest queue in the park. I love it. Your elders. There's Snow White, posted at 25, but it's not. I mean, the back of the queue's fair out here, but that's maybe 10 minutes in there underneath the covered area, and another 5 out here, so 15 maybe. Pinocchio is dead. Is it even open? What the what? Okay. This cast or that section over there gone. The outer switchback, the outer chain is empty. And then you've got all of these to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4 switchbacks out here that are empty. It's posted at 40. No chance it's that. Probably 25 minutes. If I come by and I look at this queue right here, I think that's about a 25-minute queue to me, reality. I mean, it's something that Disney would call 40, but that's super light. Guys, that is next to nil for Peter Pan. My goodness. I'm really tempted to get in one of these, man. I do this all the time. I'm like, oh my God, look how busy it is. And it's great. And I love Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. It'll only be 10 minutes. Actually, that one's doing pretty well for Toad. That's 10 or 15 minutes. Yeah, posted 15. Dumbo. Probably 20. I can't see it from here. It says 25. You can't see it, it's faded out, you can't see it. But it's posted at 25, which looks about right. Or maybe not as we come to the backside. Maybe not. They're not using any of this out here, which is, obviously that's, it's busy when type queue out here. I mean, that could be 25 minutes, I guess. Back queue right here at the Oregon. I rode this the other day for a kind of a rope drop video we did for Tours Departing Daily. It hasn't published yet, but by the time you see this, it should be out. I hope you guys are watching Tours Departing Daily. I get some comments from time to time about, people like, all you do is recon. What happened to just going to Disneyland? Like, I still do. It's just on a different channel. The idea is to create a consistent, quote unquote, recipe for the product that we're putting in certain areas, and I want to be consistent. I don't want to do, I don't want to be everything on one channel. I feel like that does a disservice. You don't get quality subs that way. You don't get, it creates empty subs, I guess is what I'm saying. But do try. There's a link in the description. Tours Departing Daily. Give that channel a shot. It's just me in the park and the camera. And we have a lot of fun. I'm actually thinking about doing a derivative of that channel also, because those are just, hour and a half videos. It's just long days. But I'm also thinking about doing a separate channel where it's just bite-sized, like 10 or 15 minutes, single subject videos from the park, just to just to give you a little shot if you don't want to watch a 90-minute video. But yeah, let's go check out Mad Tea Party, which is empty. That's one rotation, maybe. No, it's 2 rotations right there. 10-minute wait right now. Actually, I feel like the crowds might even be picking up based on what we were seeing on the tip board, because the tip board had Tea Party at 5 minutes. They're going to clear this out right now, and we're going to get to probably about half of this row right here, and then these guests will be in the next one, so that's about a 10-minute wait. Let's see what happens real quick. Let's see how far they get. I'm going to say maybe 3/4 of this lane right there. There they go. Almost there. Almost. Oh, we're gonna get more than 3/4. We might get the whole thing of that lane. Okay, yeah, we passed the 3/4 mark. We're now using both of those queues. And now we're going into what was in this third queue right here. They're still going.
To spin your teacup, just keep turning the wheel to the right or to the left. The faster you turn,
yeah, that's it.
The faster it spins.
So we got what was in the pen right there, this first lane, and then that second lane, and then a little bit of this one also right here, that one right there. That's park size, that's cube math, that's what you get here at Fresh Bake. I'm proud of it. I'm really proud. We are doing things on this channel that you're not going to get anywhere else. I love churros like the next guy. but I love park signs even more. Let's check out Alice. This is the first queue I've seen today that has exceeded normalcy. This one is bursting a little bit. They've got 2 switchbacks going out here, 2. It's posted at 20. Oh, incorrect, sir. Wow. Wow, incorrect. You don't often see Alice wrong on the low side. I mean, it's still quick. I mean, it's not that much far off. From there, it's about 30 minutes from where they are. So I mean, still a 20? I don't think so. That's interesting. Keep this party moving. That's 2:37 as Casey Jr. goes by. All right. One of the great moments in Disneyland right there. Seeing Casey Jr. from the Storybook Land. 2:37, and that queue looks pretty standard. Not busy, but not slow either. So things are actually picking up a little bit. Every queue that we've looked at so far since leaving the tip board at, well, except for Smuggler's Run, has started to accelerate a little bit. Even Rise of Resistance, even though it was 45, even though it was a bargain, it had gone up from 30. So the crowds are starting to pick up a little bit here on this Monday afternoon. Long live the Pearly Band. Tomorrow's still closed. Reopening on November 15th for the first day of the holiday season. Not much to evaluate there. The gift shop, though, has reopened after a nifty little paint job. Hope you guys saw that in our recent coverage on the construction reports. Actually, we're gonna drop into the Fantasyland Theater here real quick for a delightful sight. That's the sight. It's just the Disneyland Railroad. But the fact that, hey, look, that's not very many guests. There's just, what, five guests that are, hi guys, 5 of them in there. That's not bad for Toontown. But look at that. Just fantastic having this back again. Find you somebody that loves you as much as I love the Disneyland Railroad. I love it so much. It's the attraction that defines Disneyland. It's everything. It's everything. And it was to Walt too, and it shows. It shows in the park how important the trains were, period, to Walt and to his aspirations and dreams for this park. You know, like everything started. He likes to say it all started with a mouse, but Disneyland started with a model train and his love of miniatures and model trains. He had model trains he was giving, you know, his family for Christmas. He would give them all model trains. He wanted to build a model train, and I just know that he wanted to build a life-size model train. That's what Disneyland is. It's a train set. It's a living, breathing train set. There goes the Disneyland Railroad. Awesome. Fantasyland. We're going to Toontown. Where it is no longer Halloween. Do they? I mean, it wasn't Halloween before, I guess, but it certainly isn't now, because they got all them Christmas decorations up. Bows and garland and ornaments and everything all over the place. We'll go check in on Roger Rabbit first, where I was very curious to see how real that wait time was, but we're not going to get to test it because Roger Rabbit is closed. People are being evac'd out of the building. That's not good. Evac sounds like a bad word. It's not. That just means that they're just, you know, dumping the queue. So I guess we'll go check out Runaway Railway, which I would think, if Roger Rabbit is going down, that means Runaway should be busier than usual. We saw 20 minutes, I believe, when we were on the tip board before. Masterful. Masterful. Okay. That says 30 minutes. All right there. And that's the back of the queue, right there. So it's not even 30 anymore. This is gonna push 40 soon. Let's see how long it takes for them to fill this queue up now that Roger Rabbit is closed. Let's see how long it takes to get this out to the door. 5 seconds to leave the building. We're starting the clock here at 2:44. You know what? We could just do the stopwatch while we're at it. That sounds like fun, right? I do love a stopwatch. I barely got started. I just hit the button. I just hit the button. It's 6 seconds. I don't know. It's no time at all. This is what happens. This is what happens when rides break down. So it's good news, bad news. You know, like you might get a discount when you come back, but it creates havoc for the rest of the, especially the neighboring attractions. We're already having to back it up. We've been doing this now for 30 seconds plus another 10 or 15 that while we were in there. So less than a minute still. Less than a minute when we walk through that door. And I have to keep backing up to show the back of the queue growing. And all these people are coming in. They're either seeing the 30-minute wait time as a call to action, as was the 20. They're either doing that or they're coming over from Roger Rabbit. Lightning Lane, look at that. For those who don't know, Lightning Lane, you mix at the theater where you see the Perfect Picnic movie, the short.
I think to my parents.
It's actually moving okay. I've said the crowds are pulsing into the building at a very regular interval. I'm kind of impressed, but that's Runaway Railway. One of these days, I want to do a study. I know somebody can probably tell me without me having to do it, but I want to see it and feel it from my own, like on the ground, what the most efficient ride system is. Is it Pirates, Small World, or is it Runaway Railway? Those I think are the only 3 candidates, or maybe Haunted Mansion, because you get a whole mess of doom buggies in that building. It's just wall-to-wall doom buggies, so they might have the most capacity. But what attraction can cycle the most guests the most efficiently? And do you measure that strictly in guests per hour? I think you do, but it's one of those 4. Look at that, well done. They bumped it, by the way, to 35. And it's like nothing happened. Isn't that wild? You guys, doesn't that trip you out a little bit? Like, the whole thing is fluid. Disney is so fluid. Disneyland, you know, the organism that is the crowds in a queue is just so fluid. It changes so quickly. This is almost literally where we found it when we got here. And it's only been, we started this at 2:44. It's been 3 minutes. It's 2:47. We went from, this is delightful, to, oh no, I think I might panic, to back to, this is delightful. A lot of that has to do with the quality of the design of the attraction, the quality of Runaway Railway as a ride system. It's just magnificent. It is just magnificent how many people that attraction could process. It's fantastic. Plus, it's a joy to be in that queue anyway. Let's see if we get our usual 30 minutes. It's always 30 minutes at Minnie's house, no matter where the queue is. Well, that's 20. She's got her pink heart wreath out there and her pink tree. Ready to greet guests. Mickey's 30 minutes. He's all set for Christmas too. I need to make another night run soon. I want to see this. I want to see this at night. Ooh, Gadgets looks kind of dead right now. It's been a while since I've seen a non-queue in here. Where is it? It's not anywhere in there. That's the back of the queue down there. Is it really? That's like 10 or 15 minutes. It's posted at 15. Okay, here we go. We're gonna start this stopwatch at 2:50. I'm really curious. They probably, I probably won't be able to show you the ride. They usually tell me not to film on this one, just a heads up. I haven't been in this queue in so long. It's been a rare day that you'll find the queue this far in. Oh my gosh, we're definitely going all the way down here. There it is. Eight minutes later, and that's our boat. 8 minutes. Confirmed. I was not able to film, but that's okay. I still had an amazing time. That's one of my favorite roller coasters of all time. I love Gadgets. It's just perfect. It's bite-sized. My kind of roller coaster. Thank you.
Take care.
There's so much to love here, man. There's so much to love here at Toontown. I thought I saw Goofy running around out here while I was on Gadgets. Did he? Oh, Pluto. There's Pluto back there. Oh, there's Goofy.
She's the one in the journey.
Hi, Goofy. Oh, you got a fan. All right, that's my cue. Let's go. We got more recon to do. What's more, I have a huge grin on my face right now walking through Disneyland, and I have to say a lot of that has to do with the fact that the Disneyland Railroad is open. I've been on Tiana's Bayou adventure twice. I've had 3 lunches at Hungry Bear. It's so great, man. We're almost there. Thanks, Tiana. What's going on here? I was gonna say, look at this group. We got Moana, Merida, and Pocahontas coming on stage, but there's more. There's more. They're just walking around. You got the evil queen doing her thing out here, and Jasmine and Aladdin back there. What is? Have they scaled down the cavalcade? They're going from backstage to backstage, I think. The evil queen, just a one woman show right here. One woman show. She finds me loathsome. Yeah, she's just trying to get off stage. No. And then Aladdin and Jasmine, hi guys. Most definitely, they are probably just coming off a cavalcade. So the cavalcade goes backstage back there, and then they have to come back this way in order to, well, get backstage proper. That is a first for me. I've never actually been present for that type of thing. Fascinating. Moving right along, Matterhorn next. Let's see if the trend continues, where the crowds have been inching upward. We saw 40 minutes prior, and as you can see already right now, it is posted 40. But does the board match the queue? We are starting left. All of left of tree is full. Obviously, left is growing. They have just grown, recently added, it looks like, to tree lamp out here. So that's getting bigger. Is this a 40-minute queue? It all depends on what happens on the other side of this lamp right here. This is the dividing line between the normal queue and the extended queue. If they have this in an extended one, 40 is possible. Which I would say, no, we're at extended 2. That's extended 2. Extended 3 would take it down to the end where those bobsleds just made that corner. So that's actually all of this whole extend right here. I've measured that at about 15 minutes if you do the whole thing. So they're doing about maybe not quite half, and a little, maybe 2/5, 40%. Right, so what is that, 6 minutes? It's about 6 minutes. And then all this, we're looking at 7, 7, 7, 7, 28, 34, plus 7 under the barn there, or the covered area, that's 41 minutes. It's 41, that's my guess. And that is queue math. I just did a proper queue math. Hi guys. Identified the sections that are occupied right now, applied the standard amount of time spent in each of those sections. 7, 7, 7, 7, 7. That's about it. Hi. I don't know how I got to 41. I forget how I got there, but anyway, that's what I did. Added up all those sections, got us to 41 minutes. So that's actually a low number. They probably, knowing Disney, they'll want that to say 45 or 50 at least. Right there, that. Whew. We've been catching a lot of those today, right? A lot of those, you're at Disneyland when moments. Watching the bobsleds come back or come down and make that left turn after the splashdown. It's pure Disney right there. Let's see what this purple 180 day has for us next as we approach Finding Nemo. Boy, that looks desolate in there. It's 3:13 in the afternoon. For a second I was wondering maybe it might be closed, but it's not. It is open. 3:13 in the afternoon. There goes the monorail. Boy. When you can't even, hey, how are you? Yeah, it looks like he's doing a little queue maintenance, I think. He gave me the thumbs up because there's some guests out here. That's exactly what's happening. He's going to grow this section back here. Because those guests are taking a right turn right there. They're taking a right turn. They're set up right now for a super light crowd, and they're taking a immediate right turn instead of heading them down this way. So he's going to grow that queue out here. And he's going to send these guests that way to get those guests out of the street. And it's just about to happen. We just walked right into that. But that does suggest, it does sort of coincide with what we've been seeing again, that they have been airing towards a light crowd and starting to pick up a little bit, and they're having to adjust. The Matterhorn should be adjusting, not the queue setup, but the board. The board should say something greater than 40 minutes right now, 45 or 50 at least. And then here goes that queue, just as we discussed, making that U-turn around there. but it's almost like a carbon copy of what we saw last week, or 2 weeks ago. Except we saw this queue out here, but they were out here. They were out here and not in there. Huge difference in the amount of time you're spending in the queue. That's still a go. That is still a go. And there they go. Into the queue. Posted wait time says 20 minutes. That's why this queue is growing. Because 20 minutes for Nemo is a bargain. And there's the monorail. Had a fun ride in the tail the other day. As for Autopia, we're posted at 15 minutes here. Oh my gosh. Okay, so now we're, wow. Is it because, are they in the rotunda? There's nobody. Absolutely nobody up there. The only guests that are up there right now are the Lightning Lane guests, but it does look like they're using the rotundas. That's interesting. That's the opposite of what we've seen in other cases where they needed to grow the queue. This queue is too big. This queue is too big. They need to shrink this and not use the rotunda, I think. I have no idea if that's the right word. That's just what I call it. But yeah, all the queue is right now is hidden back there. But that's 15 minutes. Yeah, pretty much. Although it does look like, oh, okay. Lane 2 is down. We are running short a lane. We are 3 lanes out of 4. Lane 2 is dead. There we go. You feel that breeze right there, guys? Still about 70 degrees out here. The wind is starting to kick up a little bit. It's a fall breeze right there. Hey, how are you? Well, yeah, we're heading towards Space Mountain, and I find this view ahead of me almost too, I can't believe it. It says 25 minutes right there. 25 minutes? Even on a slow day, Space Mountain shouldn't be 25 minutes. This is one of those attractions that pulls guests no matter how slow it is, no matter how not busy it is. This should be at least 40 or 45. Check out Alien Pizza Planet too. Wow, no buzz coming out of there. None whatsoever. It is not peak time right now. It is 3:21. So it's really isn't the time people will be eating normally, but still, Pizza Planet is almost always busy. Walls are still up. No lightning lane happening right now. Just that guy. That's it. It's like the park is acting like it's a rainy day. Wow. Okay, well, we know we're in there at least, but it's not in here. Section 3 empty, section 2 empty, section 1 full. Is that 25 minutes? No, probably not. I mean, I don't have a lot of reps in this part of the queue right here. I'm not sure how long it's going to take. It varies. Again, it depends entirely on Lightning Lane, which is empty right now. But I would guess that at 5 to 10 minutes, somewhere in that range, and then 5 minutes outside. Oh man, 15 in the tunnels at least. So you're looking at 30. That's probably, yeah. I call that a 30-35 minute queue right there. Certainly, I wouldn't call it 25. That's just too optimistic. And I don't think that Disney thinks it's 25. I think they need to, again, correct the wait time board. It's still a bargain though. Still a bargain. That is absolutely a go situation. I would not kick you out. I would not be upset if you got in that queue, even though it's going to be higher than it's posted. That's still going to be a bargain at 30 or 35 minutes. You're not going to do much better than that on Space Mountain, even on a slow day like today. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that says 40 minutes. I am invincible. Yeah. It's like they see me coming, like, guys, we gotta fix the board, hurry, get on it. All right, well, now we're heading down the home stretch here. So that's things have picked up a little bit. We've seen this happen before on slow days, by the way. That's why I was prepared for that mentally. Like, I feel like it could pick up. Why that is interesting though, because normally on a work and school night like it is on a Monday, the crowds tend to phase down as people go home and they're not going to be here late into the night. But yeah, it's picking up. Star Tour's dead. Look at that. There's not even a queue. Oh my God. There's not even a queue out here at all. Like I said, the times are picking up. They are upscaling a little bit, but it's still a dead park today. Look at that. Is it even open? Yeah, it's open. People are just walking right in. 5 minutes. Come on in, he said. Come on in. Buzz over here says 20. Complete emptiness right here. Golly! When's the last time you've seen this? Huh? We come through here sometimes, it's absolute mayhem right here. No lightning lane at all. Zero. Zip. That's pure standby. They're calling it 20. It's not that. If there's no lightning lane, these guys are going to be through here in 10 or 15 minutes. You're going to wait longer for Astro Orbiter right now. That's a 20-minute queue right there. And that's Buzz. I mean, that's 20 on the outside. What a wild, wild day. What do you guys think? What do you think? Do you think I'm onto something here? Do you think there's something to this? Pricing versus crowds? It's not foolproof. I'm positive of that. It's not an automatic thing, but there certainly is an effect. An effect is happening. Because Monday should be a slow day. Monday is not your number one choice. Hi guys. For your, if you're picking a day to go to Disneyland, you're usually going to pick a weekend. But they've priced it like it's at least somewhat peak. $180 today on a Monday. That's near peak. That's only $16 from the peak price. No, not 16. 26. It's 206, right? 180 to 26. Yeah. Let's go to Frontierland. Frontierland. It's made of wood. Well, unless it's closed, that's telling the whole story. But it certainly does feel close. No, I see guests. I see guests and cast member through the door or through the fence there. That's an empty queue. Oh my gosh. When's the last time you've seen that? It's almost 4 o'clock right now. This is still a very valuable time to be in the park. And it's dead. Hear the trains back there. I can hear them. There's nobody in the extended queue out there. Amazing. They're showing it at 30, but it may not even be that. Look at a crowd of folks going in there though. Call to action. Okay, so that's the back of the queue right there. Yeah, okay. So the back of the queue is just about ready to get out to the little shed here. So while it looks inviting, it's still not as inviting as a completely dead queue. I mean, that still could be 30 minutes if there's not any action here. By the way, the fact that I'm even standing where I am right now is a huge clue to how dead it is. I should not be able to stand right here. This right here is, full of people always. There's no chance I would ever be able to stand back here or stand right here on a normal day. That crowd, look at how briskly that standby queue is moving right now. Look at that. That's brisk, baby. I love to see it. Well, I gotta say, we had ourselves a very Disney day today, a very filled with moments that are pure Disney, and that is because of how close we are now to having a fully operational, fully functioning park. Everything is, it's just, we're almost there. And it's been great. It's been really, really great seeing that. And it's even made even better by, you know, the fact that it was really breezy today because of those light crowds. I just don't know what to make of this. I don't know. I have to think that we're onto something with this price versus crowds, you know, theory. So we'll have to keep our you know, our noses to the grindstone on this and keep crunching the numbers, looking at data and testing things out and seeing how much this works. Keep looking at that tier calendar. But I think it's something. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys are going to stick around for some of that analysis. There it is. Hey, how's it going? Follow us on Patreon at patreon.com if you care to. And then also follow us on Instagram at _FreshBaked. On Twitter at FreshBakedDisney, that's Fresh with no E, and on TikTok at FreshBakedDisney. Otherwise, thanks again for watching, everybody. We love you. Be safe out there. Be kind to one another. Fresh Baked.